What up, y'all? It's Alex Lawyer here with an episode of Analyzing, and today we got the most anticipated fight in boxing for the last few years: Terrence Bud Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr. for the WBO, WBC, WBA, IBF welterweight belts to become undisputed welterweight champion at 147 pounds. Like I said, most anticipated fight in years. Boxing fans have wanted this for the longest time. They had called for this fight for the longest time. The fighters wanted this fight, and the promoters finally got the fight to be agreed. They finally agreed to a fight. And let's start off with, the tell the tape. We're going to tell the tape, round for round analysis, and my overall take on the fight. Tell the tape, right? Bud is from Nebraska. He's 35 years of age. He came into the fight 39-0, 30 knockouts. His height is 5'8". His reach is 74 inches. His stance is orthodox. He could be a switch hitter. Like in this fight, he went southpaw. Spence, he's from Texas. He's 33 years of age. He came into the fight 28-0, 22 knockouts. His height is 5'9", and his reach is 72 inches, and his stance is southpaw. First round. Say it with me, guys, alright? I don't know if you guys have listened to my podcast, if you guys have listened to my boxing episodes, you know what I call the first round. It's the feel-out round, where contestants feel each other out before they actually start swinging or punching. And in this round, both fighters, they're testing each other's jabs, testing each other's punches to see who feints, who doesn't, what they will bite on, what they will not bite on. And for me, the winner was Spence with 47 total punches thrown in this round compared to Bud's 18. Spence was more the aggressor, so I gave it to him 10-9. In the second round, Spence, he continued to be more of the aggressive fighter. 54 punches thrown to Bud's 36, although Bud landed more with 12 compared to Earl's 8. Bud was connecting on more precise shots, and near the end of the round, Earl, he tried to throw a right jab to Bud's chest, but he overcommitted himself. He left himself with his exposed, and that's when Bud hit him with a 1-2 to the face that sent him down. First knockdown of the fight. Spence gets up, but then Bud attacks him because it's going to be near the end of the round, and he starts swinging, but the bell saves Spence as the second round ended, and obviously gave it to Bud 10-8 as he scored the knockdown. In the third round, this is when Bud showed his tremendous defense of just ducking, having the instincts to know when to move, just how he guards himself. Like, Bud is so twitchy. His counter punches are so quick, bruh, that cameras can't even catch them sometimes. That's just how fast they are. Spence landed about 17 out of his 62 punches thrown. That's 27.4%. He just couldn't hit Bud at all. He just couldn't hit him. He could not connect precisely on those shots. And when he did hit him, it was a graze, and the power was underwhelming. That's literally what Bud said after the fight. He said that he punched. I forgot in the second round, he gave him a lesson. I forgot what specific punch it was, but it was with his left, and Bud just said, oh, that's it. It was just underwhelming for him. So even when they did hit, not as expected. But Bud, dude, he has great timing. Okay, he just knows when to throw a counter. 14 punches landed of 37 total punches. Spence was taking a lot of damage, and Bud, maybe a scratch, dude. Maybe a scratch. So third round, I have to give it to Bud 10-9. The fourth round was basically just a copy of the third round. Earl, I think he was getting too close to my liking, in trying to get inside of Bud. His team or him, they should have made the adjustment in this round of keeping his distance, or trying to stay away from Bud. Use his jab to keep away from him, but he was keep going inside. He was being more aggressive, and that was literally beating him, literally. But he continued, and Bud just kept hitting him with these beautiful counters, dude. So I had to give it to Bud again, 10-9. The fifth round is when I started to notice that Bud started throwing more offensive jabs rather than waiting on Earl, right in that defensive tactic he had the first 4 rounds. You know, as the stats back me up. 32 jabs thrown for Crawford, the most of any round in this fight for him. And he connected 62.5% of them. Bro, whoa. That's a hell of. And I'm thinking, what is happening right now, bro? Bud is having his way. It's not even funny. 10-9 for Bud for the first 5 rounds, bro. 6th round, Spence, that's when I started to notice that Spence backed off a little bit more. He was still trying to be the dictator from a distance, but this is where Bud just showed all superiority, bro. Because now they're fighting at a distance, and Bud is still connecting these bombs. 2 power punches I remember was that Bud landed one was a semi overhand right that hit Earl on the side of the forehead, and the other one was like a left uppercut straight to the face. So even with Spence trying to adjust, he just looked helpless. Bud just looked too good. Like, he's just good at it. Everything. He could fight any style. So this round, 6th round, had to be for Bud. 10-9. The 7th round, Errol just throws away his adjustments in the trash, and he starts to get closer again. He overcommits himself, and Twitchy Crawford strikes him again with a counter left uppercut on the side of Earl's head that sent him down for the 2nd time. A few seconds later, Crawford, he hits him with a hook that opens Spence up like for like half a second, and then Bud hits him with a power right hook to the cheek that makes him fall for the 3rd time. 10-7, obviously, in favor of Bud in the 7th round. 2 knockdowns recorded in this round. The 8th round, Spence then realized that going in closer, trying to get inside of Bud, not it. It's not it, bro. He started to back up more, which I understand, because, you know, he's not trying to take more of a beating, and he's going to try to rescue the fight, like the remaining rounds, to get back into the scorecards. In my opinion, bro, it was too late. Too late. You should have changed and committed to the adjustments in the 4th round, like I said. That time, this kind of like, not really late, but he should have committed to that. If you're going to change in the 6th round, just should have committed to that, because I think in the 6th round, Bud still won that round, but it was close. You could have made an argument for Spence. And now he tries to do it in the 8th, which is like, right, you only have 1 round 1 on your side. And the scorecards. The only way back for Earl in this is if he went all out. You know, swinging to get the knockout. But he's getting his ass beat in that strategy. So this is where I'm like, Earl is literally in no man's land. He's damned if he does, he's damned if he doesn't. Crawford is just that good. 8th round, gotta give it a Bud. 10-9. The last round, 9th round, I think Earl is when he realized what I just laid out for y'all, bro. He's damned if he does, he's damned if he doesn't. He's probably panicking a bit. You know, he's never been in that situation. And I think he just became unfocused. He left his head unguarded multiple times, and Bud just started feasting on that, dude. Shot after shot, till the ref, Harvey Doc, was like, nah, bro, you're done. You're done. He waved them off, fight over, and Bud wins in the 9th round with a technical knockout. In my scorecards, I had it 79-70 in favor of Bud, which was the same as the judges. Because I'm pretty sure we all seen that. That was just the ass kicking for the ages, bro. Like, that was just domination. And I was surprised, dude. I was left astonished. I was left perplexed. I was left bamboozled. You know, insert another synonym to explain how shocked I was, dude. Like, it was just that one-sided. I literally had it, like, I literally had it going the distance. Split decision in favor of Bud, which on my Instagram. I follow my Instagram at Alanize, you know, put stories in there, posts, follow that, keep updated. I literally had it on my story. That's what I predicted. People had it 50-50, coin flip chance. And this man, Bud, won 8 out of 9 rounds. Just annihilated the truth. Now, look, I'm going to give some props to Spence. Alright, he didn't give up. Even after 3 knockdowns, he was still pushing. He was still trying to compete, still trying to be in the fight. But Crawford, dude, he just showed he's in a different class. He's in a class of his own. I think Earl, he underestimated Crawford big time. But like, big time, bro. Like, he went into this fight thinking, I can be all offensive, I can be all aggressive, I can be the aggressor like the other fights, and it's going to be the same. I'm Errol Spence, and Terrence Crawford has never seen anything like me. Sorry, Earl, that's not how it is, bro. This ain't another fight. This is Terrence Crawford. And that was his downfall. That was Earl's downfall, being overly aggressive, just going all out, and Crawford exposed him by switching to southpaw, going defensively and looking for the counters, looking for the holes he left himself, that Earl left himself, trying to be super aggressive. And even after all that, dude, Bud, he showed mastery of timing, mastery of knowing when to counter, what punch to do it with, if it's hook, if it's jab. It can be accurate and precise. They were that accurate and precise. And like I said, he's twitchy. Like, he'll do so quick, but calculated. And this is what I love about Bud, bro. So quick. Like, it's not like Earl left himself unguarded for a long time. Like, this is like split seconds. But Bud, just being masterful that he would bait him to move, and then boom, the counter would happen on the dot. It's just beautiful to watch, dude. Beautiful to watch as a boxing fan. Now, Crawford, he landed 185 punches of 369 total punches, which is 50%. In the jabs, he went 87 out of 206, which is 42%. And he landed an unheard of 98 out of 263 power punches, which is 60%. Terrence Crawford is him, dude. He's him. I think for sure he's clearly best pound for pound boxer in the world right now with Canelo. I think he's over Canelo right now because Canelo lost to Bivol. So then, you know, that kind of eliminates him right now as I was about to say Canelo, as Bud is undefeated. This by Bud, but he just proved he's a different beast. IQ, physically, mentally. Like, mentally speaking, this is the most anticipated fight, like I was saying in the last few years, like the biggest fight. And he goes and he wipes the floor with Earl, dude. Just that, he made it look so effortless. Like, dude's different. I don't know, dude. I can't even explain how different this guy is, bro. And like Stephen A said today, like, speaking of Earl getting beat down, Stephen A said today that Earl should retire due to the beatdown and because of the injuries he sustained, you know, outside of the ring, like the car accident and other stuff that I don't know about. And I understand Stephen A's point of view to an extent, but I feel like, especially with the injuries sustained outside of the ring, but it's an overreach. It's an overreach from Stephen A because, yes, Earl got his ass beat, but it's against Terrence Crawford, pound for pound king. I just went on a whole ass rant talking about why he's different. And now he loses. That's the first fight Earl loses, and now he should retire. Like, no, dude. Like, it's just, no. Earl's still 33. His prime years are still there. He has a few years left. He's still got some fights in him. It's just, for me, overall, overreaction. Alright, just an overreaction right after the fight from Stephen A. Earl still has some left in him, okay? Just because he got beat to the best pound for pound fighter, and that's his first loss, you're not gonna retire him straight off the bat, dude. Like, let it cool down for a bit. The rematch clause is intact. Spence wants the fight. He said after the fight he wants it at 154 for the sequel. And he says if Crawford doesn't want to fight at that weight, he probably won't take the fight. But Bud did say in the presser after the first one that he is open to fighting at that weight. But we'll see. We'll see. And if they do agree to the sequel, I got some advice for Errol. For the second fight, he's going to have to adjust, like I said. that adjustment. I think he's gonna have to be more of a defensive fighter. Not underestimate Bud. He's gonna be more defensive, keep it at a distance, try to take away his jab like Bud did to him. Just try to fight at a distance. It might be sloppy, not might be his style, but to win a fight versus this dude, you're gonna have to do that. You're gonna have to do that. And for Bud, just do the same thing you did. And probably watch out for an adjustment, and he has his own adjustments like Bud does. Bud has his own stuff going. But if Bud fights the same way, he's gonna beat him again. So we'll see. It all depends on Earl and what adjustments him and his team are going to make. And if they don't take that rematch, I think Bud was saying he wants to fight Charlo, which that would be a good fight as well. So the champ gets to decide what he wants to do. And we'll see what happens. Thank y'all for listening, man. My boxing episode. Listen to any more episodes I have out there. Listen to y'all in the next one.